It's crazy how many things in my life I feel like have happened out of sheer coincidence or will or just kind of, I don't know, they just happen. And it's when you take those opportunities and you make the most of them, it's really interesting how your life pans out sometimes. You know, sometimes I think people are scared to take risk or to get out of that comfort zone. But I feel like I've always had the mentality like I'm just going to give it a whirl, and if I don't like it, no harm, no foul. I can always walk away, you know. But when I went into wrestling, I didn't think that I was really going to like it. I actually thought it was kind of an odd sport. Thought it was a little bit strange, to be honest. But I loved it. I fell head over heels in love with it. Never loved a sport so passionately as I did wrestling until I found MMA. And again, I was reluctant to try mixed martial arts, but I was like, yeah, okay, I'll try it. And I fell in love with that sport. So it's just interesting how you think you might know yourself, but you don't really until you push yourself out of those comfort zones and you try things that maybe would be a little bit out of your realm or a little bit uncomfortable to say. And you know, here I am now, getting ready to fight for the world title against Holly Holm. And again, you know, fate has a way of finding itself. And I think that I was meant to be here at this time. I was promised a title shot previously, and that was taken away and given to Holly, and she made the best of it, and now she's the world champion, and here I am getting to fight for the world title. So sometimes things don't pan out the way that you think they're going to or when they should, and at that time it can be very frustrating. But it's kind of like if you just keep your head up and you keep going and you keep chugging along, then I think things have a way of working themselves out, and I do believe in synergy. I know that I wouldn't know how strong of a woman I was if it wasn't for wrestling. That pulled the absolute most out of me. I mean, competing against male counterparts and really just having kind of the cold shoulder attitude when I walked into that wrestling room for the majority of the first part of the season. They really wanted me to just quit. They didn't want me there. They didn't want to invest time into me. They didn't want to help me. They thought, oh, she'll be in and out. Let's just make it as hard on her as we can. Just get her out quickly. And so they weren't very nice or welcoming, you know. And I remember those first couple days just getting my butt kicked. I mean, I was just smushed all over the mat, and I had no idea what I was doing. But I was like a fish out of water. But I was just like, you know, I'm just going to show up every day and try harder, and I'm going to prove them wrong that they're not right. I'm not going to quit. I wouldn't say that Holm is overlooking me. I don't think that's in her nature. I think she's nervous for this fight. I think that rightfully so, you know. But I think that her and I both have a lot of respect for each other and what we're capable of. You know, we both know we're elite level athletes, and I know she's capable of amazing things, but I know I'm also capable of amazing things, and I think stylistically this is a very favorable matchup for me. I definitely think I have a big upper hand in the wrestling and grappling area. I don't think that you can make up for that amount of time that I put into wrestling and I put into grappling. It is my passion. It's really probably my favorite aspect of mixed martial arts, and I think I'm one of the most well-rounded martial artists. I put a lot of time into my striking as well. I've been fighting for nearly a decade, around there, close to 10 years. So I've been doing all of it for a long time, but having the wrestling background coming into that and really being able to transition and put it all together is something I think few female mixed martial artists can say that they've also done at this point. I'm not sure exactly how long Holly has been fighting, but mixed martial arts, but I know that it's not as long as I have. So I just feel like I have a really big upper hand there. I think that the way that I put everything together, and if you were to design a fighter, if you were to just ask someone, hey, who, just make a character, just put everything that you think someone would need to beat Holly Holm's style, I think it would be me. I think someone would design me, someone who has a strong wrestling background, someone who has really great grappling and control and can finish on the ground and be dangerous, and someone who can throw a tremendous amount of power on the feet and can be dangerous to anyone. I think that's me. She is very obviously well-rounded in her striking area. She's very crisp. She's got some of the best footwork and movement out of anyone in the division, probably men or women, honestly. She's very stellar striking. But I think I know pretty much what I'm getting with her. And I think that I've fought people like her before, and I've beaten this style of fighter before. I've fought in southpaws before. I've fought in elite strikers before. That's what I started with. My first fight in Strikeforce, which was my third professional fight ever, was against a two-time K1 world champion kickboxer, Elena Maxwell. And you know, it was just a matter of implementing the game plan and being able to make adjustments if needed. And you know, I've beaten this kind of fighter before.